Cold approaching a woman is in and of itself is feminine as a man. And I the thing is with my experience is that the woman I'm speaking to right now, I didn't cold approach her. Okay. I didn't I mean, first off, we met from the internet, from online dating. And she messaged me first. And it was just a simple message, hi. And actually I can't recall my response. I must have said like maybe fine, she's some fine stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like and yeah, the conversation just blossomed after that. But point is, she messaged me first, right? And regardless of, the context of the message isn't too important. But what's more important is, as I said, like that first interaction. And it's that the woman is actually reaching out to the man, right? She, feels something for you, sees something in you, um you know coupled with the fact that maybe she thinks you're attractive on a physical level, you're her type. I don't know whether she's basing it off of race or not. I don't know. I don't get into race too much, but I mean, because at the end of the day, we're all human. You know what I mean? You got two eyes and a nose and lips just like mine. They might be shaped differently, which shows you a different ethnic background, but who cares? I mean, more power to you. It's all culture at the end of the day. Um, and I think the more we mix cultures, it's kind of beautiful. But I mean, regardless, the main point is really just like, uh, you know, I can't believe I go on YouTube and I can't believe that sometimes I'm still seeing videos in 2025 of men talking about cold approaching women. Like that's not how I met my wife. Um and it's like the reason I met my wife is because I put myself out there on the market, on the dating platforms, right? And it wasn't the first attempt in which, it wasn't the first application that I had downloaded in which I'd found my wife from, or where she had found me from. It wasn't the first platform. Like I already interacted with probably more than 10 women, you know, um, and more than 10 platforms, I can say that, right? And those women I interacted with, some of them had reached out to me initially, and some of them I had reached out to initially, right? And I had good conversations with those that I had reached out to initially as well. There was a specific someone where I thought it was going to go somewhere, and it didn't after a while. They had just ghosted me after a few days of talking. Asked for their number, blah, 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 blah. They ghosted me, but I had made all the initial advances. But we was having a good conversation. It just, they decide to ghost me for whatever reason. And I think that's kind of the universe playing into my favor, because during that same time, I was getting to know my wife quite a lot, right? And now, you know, um, I mean, really she's my girlfriend, but I kind of refer to her as a wife because I see her as more like a long-term partner, right? And you could say, are you young? You'll get older and maybe things will change. And yeah, but when you feel something for someone and they feel the same way for you, let it flow. Just feel the feeling, and go with the flow. Don't be like, oh, but I don't want to feel this with this specific person. Like the aesthetics and things like that are not that important. You know, the energy is what's more important. And the energy of a man going up to a woman and saying, oh, miss, like, I just find you attractive and blah, 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 blah. It's like, why are you going up to her? Does she have something that you need? I mean, yeah, she does. But don't all women? And what is it, that thing that I'm referring to? Well, in actuality, it's just our private parts, right? Our private parts the private parts of man and women, they meet each other to create a family. But every woman has that. So why are you going to her specifically? Okay, yeah, because I found her attractive and she's my type. Okay, cool. But like, you don't know her. You don't know her. You could be inviting like a demon into your life, or just someone who's just like unpleasant, right? If you don't want to go on like the spiritual religious type of trope. Um, and you don't know who you're dealing with, right? Oh, but I know I grew up around her. I know her. We went to the same school. Okay, you know her, right? Okay, you find her attractive, but I mean, who's to say she doesn't still have the same image of you as like in high school? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's to say she doesn't see you as a little boy still? You know, like you just this so. But you don't know if you don't try. Okay, cool. But like, you're having to play into her world because now she's gonna she automatically looks at you as if you have less value and that she's more valuable than you because you're going up to her and you're this big bad scary man, maybe not bad, but you're this big scary man, 6 foot plus giant. She's a 5 foot damsel in distress, and you need something from a 5 foot damsel in distress as a 6 foot giant. It doesn't like, and I know it's like, oh, but like how else are you supposed to meet someone? Yeah, well, you're supposed to attract them. Like you're supposed to just be aligned with each other. You have to respect nature. The thing is, people don't want to respect nature nowadays and want to go against it. They want to go out seeking for something that is kind of your birthright. It's in, if you are a man or a woman, or if you are a person on this earth, whatever you identify as, it is within your birthright to eventually come across someone. But what you have to be doing in order to come across like the person that's most compatible for you is, as early as possible, if you are a young person under 25, I would consider to be a young person, you have to get on your grind. You have to be doing something valuable, and you have to be making yourself better and just put yourself out there at the same time. When you do those things, nature's going to reward you. You know what I'm saying? But when you try and force it and try and force the specific person to be with, chances are you're not supposed to be with that person because it's not in your will, right? And yeah, that's what I wanted to leave for today.